we're just here making dinner. We're making pizzas tonight, aren't we? We thought we'd pop on. What are we going to put on our pizza tonight?
No.
You don't know? Would you like to help me roll it? Oops. You want to help me roll the pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, what are we going to put on it? We're going to get our dough. Yeah? Like this. We've got our pizza dough and we're going to shake out all of our flour.
But still we need more.
We need more. We're going to have to separate it into 4 things, aren't we?
Makes it get really long.
Yep. And there's something that you and I talk a lot about bodies too, isn't there? About your body being your body. That's something that we talk about a lot.
I don't know.
You don't know. My body is my body. You're really enjoying doing that, huh? And so I also wanted to pop in live and say that tomorrow, that looks amazing. How stretchy is it? We're going to separate it into 4, aren't we?
Yeah.
Tomorrow on, how good is it's the Thermomix pizza dough. Seriously, it's so good. We make this like once a week and it's the best pizza. I use spelt flour and it's amazing. So tomorrow in Soul Driven Motherhood, we've got the wonderful Caroline Ellen, who is a social worker and who has a wonderful business called Safer, Stronger Kids. And it's all about, that looks fantastic. Look how much that's risen. And so stretchy. And so Caroline's going to be hopping in our membership to talk all about body autonomy and body safety with kids. You're going to lick it. Why don't we stretch out?
No.
We need to make that into 2.
No, I'm going to make this.
Could you make it into 2 and then we can roll it?
I'll stretch it really long.
And Caroline's going to be expanding on what she talked about in our podcast on those themes of body autonomy and body safety.
I'm going to make purple one.
Oh, is that for Pearl? A little bit just for Pearl. Lucky Pearl. And we're going to be really answering lots of questions. So she's going to be facilitating conversation in that workshop and responding to people in the group. Because very often education around body safety can bring up our own stuff and how that was or wasn't a safe conversation for us when we were children. And it can also bring to light areas where we might be feeling a bit nervous about going into those conversations and how far to take it. Because
I don't know how much.
It's all about being age appropriate with our kids at the same time as recognising that respecting body autonomy begins from birth, and it begins much earlier often in terms of body safety too, much earlier than typically we would consider it to be. And a lot of the education at this is what happens a lot too, isn't it? You eat the dough because it's really good dough. That primary school really doesn't, unless they get somebody in like Caroline externally, it's not an adequate curriculum that covers body safety. And particularly at the moment with so many people around the world in lockdown and so many more kids on devices, opening up the conversation for us as parents on understanding what kids are accessing online is super duper important because there's certainly a lot more kids spending a lot more time online than ever before. Hi Caroline, I was just talking about how you're coming into Soul Driven Motherhood tomorrow, and I was asking Sylvie, what do we always say about your body is your body? We have a few books, don't we? One of them's called No Means No. And then there's another book that we're going to get that Caroline told us about. And what's it called again, Caroline? It's something about bottoms. Everyone's got a bottom. Everybody's got a bottom. You've got a bottom. I've got a bottom. Who else has a bottom?
It's all about your private parts.
It's all about your private parts. Yeah, and about how they're just for you and for nobody else. But private parts are just like other parts of your body, and we can talk about them, but we don't share them, do we? Because they're just for you. That's a conversation we have in the bath a lot too, isn't it? The private parts are just for you. The pizza dough has now become a puppet. What is it? What would you call it?
It's called a bum.
A bum, because we're talking about bottoms. There you go. Oh, no, please don't put it on your face because everybody has to eat it. Take it off your face, please.
What?
So if you are in our Soul Driven Motherhood community, please tune in live tomorrow in the group with Caroline at 10:30 because she'll be taking us all through some beautiful education around body safety. This is a whole body sensory experience. Not on your face, please. Thank God our pizzas are cooked at how many degrees? 175 degrees. So they'll cook out all of this bacteria. Marion, it's not on our page, it's inside our membership, Soul Driven Motherhood. You'll see a link to find out what that's all about in one of the other posts on the page, and I'll also drop it here. But in that group we have weekly workshops on all things conscious parenting and relationship, and even self-growth as well. And because really parenting is self-growth, I don't think you can kind of separate the two, you're always meeting yourself. And there's also 10 courses in the library as well to dive into on all different things. So please, if you can, or if you remember already, or if you're interested in jumping in Soul Driven Motherhood, now's the time because we have this wonderful workshop happening tomorrow. And you can also listen to the podcast. So we've done a podcast with Caroline, which went live this week. Just watch your fingers with that knife.
Sure, just...
Why don't you show everybody that knife? Because it's a really great knife for other parents who have kids. Do you want to tell them about it?
Guys, just know.
It's called a kitty cutter. And it's really good for cutting things like cucumber. What else do we cut with it? Tomato.
And you cut dough.
You could cut dough if that was what you wanted to do with dough. Usually we just roll the dough though, don't we? Could you stop licking it, please? That might have to be just your bit to play with because there's not going to be much left of it when you're finished. So...
Mommy, so can you make another one for
Pardon?
me instead?
Make another one. Yeah, we can make another one. Why don't we just take off a little bit of this and add it to this for the rest of our pizza, and you can keep that piece. Would that be good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's Pearl's?
Where's Pearl's one? This was Pearl's. Why don't we can... Pearl has her own little tiny pizza, which Sylvie's making for her.
I'm going to make a
That's nice. Oh, yeah.
That's Pearl.
Beautiful.
And that's for me.
And that's for you. We're getting our own pizzas here. Marion, we have a kitty cutter. They're great. They're so good. They're really great because they just want to be involved, and it's a safe way for kids to be involved in the kitchen, which I love.
But it is not sharp.
It's not that sharp, is it?
No, it's not even sharp.
It's sharp enough to cut through what you need to cut through, isn't it? But not so sharp that it's going to hurt. So I will drop the link for Soul Driven Motherhood in the comments, and then you can also see, so on the webpage that details what our membership is, also has a full list of courses that are in there that you can explore as well. We're having lots of fun making pizza. I hope you're having fun whatever you're cooking for dinner or whatever you're having tonight. We're going to be eating late the way we're going, but that's okay. See ya.